February sees an unusually eclectic mix of games being released, so join me as we take a look at a few highlights.
Seems we have another nightmare on our hands.
The original Figment was a game that married music and puzzle platforming in a wonderful ballet, and it's criminal how overlooked it was. Hopefully with the sequel, Figment Cree Valley, more people will be able to enjoy what is a beautifully presented game. This game appears to add more combat, which wasn't the best part of the first game, so hopefully the developer has tightened that up. Outside of that, it seems the sequel is more of the same, with picturesque levels and haunting music. I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. Hiro's Escape is a title that caught my eye almost exclusively because of its Game Boy-esque art. Ostensibly, this is a stealth game that sees you guiding young Hiro through feudal Japan armed with just a stick and his wits, trying to reunite with his scattered family. The game promises hundreds of engagements with varied gameplay and puzzle elements. It also lists a 10+ hour runtime, so hopefully they can add enough wrinkles to keep the game feeling fresh. It's a simple premise with simple graphics, which come together to create an enticing package. Hiro's Escape releases this month on Steam and itch.io. Next up we have Vavala, a striking looking puzzle game which leans heavily on its art, with scenes looking like they've just stepped off the canvas. In parts it reminds me of Gorogoa in looks rather than gameplay. I'm a bit of a sucker for visually unique games, and Vavala ticks that box. Vavala releases on Steam February 1st.
I've been looking forward to this day my entire life. The moment we finally blend our worlds into one.
There were no people to be seen.
They're not exactly people, they're gods.
The Waylanders is a party-based RPG that has garnered mostly positive reviews on Steam during its time in early access. Based on Celtic myth and legends, the game sees you travel through the land of Waylanders, fighting enemies using the tried and tested real-time pause mechanic. There is a time-travelling bent to the game which has you move from the Celtic period to medieval Spain, where you can see the differences time and your choices have made to the landscape. The game promises an epic story, and the way you move from one era to another sounds intriguing. Could this be another indie RPG that makes the leap to wider recognition a la Solasta Crown of the Magister? We shall see when The Waylanders comes out of early access February 2nd. This next game caught my eye because of its similarities to the classic Populous game. Like that game, the 100-Year Kingdom has you working with a deity to build a world on an isometric board, as you construct buildings and cultivate land to create and nurture a civilization. It seems like a fairly simple title, but like games such as Similand, there can often be joy in the simple, especially when it comes to these types of god games. The 100-Year Kingdom launches on Steam February 3rd.
Once you're dead, your soul moves on where it's supposed to. Heaven or hell.
Retro first-person shooters are all the rage at the moment, and hoping to ride that wave is Blood West, an immersive stealth FPS with horror elements. Set in the Wild West, you have been brought back to life by a strange native spirit, and are tasked with bringing order to the wild frontier. To do this, you use a combination of stealth and trait-based powers to tackle the enemies barring your way. The game promises non-linear gameplay, which is a big claim, but if they can pull it off, it will help Blood West stand out from the crowd. Oh, and we can always use more Western-themed games. Blood West comes to Steam Early Access February 10th.
Time to paint the world dark red. Wishlist now.
It wouldn't be an Indie Games Roundup without a card-based game on it, and this month we have Covenanted. To be honest, the main reason I wanted to include this game is because of the really unique look. The whole game has been digitised from pen and ink illustrations, which creates a very interesting and striking art style. Outside of that, you are crafting potions to strengthen your magic, and it's here that I think the card-based mechanics come into play. But to be honest, it is hard to tell for certain as details on the game are a bit light. Regardless, I felt it was worth highlighting due to the art style, and ultimately this game is a great example of what this video is all about, flagging up unusual games that would otherwise get lost in the Steam churn. Look out for Covenanted when it releases onto Steam February 22nd. Finally for this month we have the animal-based puzzle game Pets at Work. Your job is to help the pets that have got lost at their owner's work, which you do by navigating the various office-based obstacles in order to rescue the trapped cats and dogs. Puzzles look fairly simple, but like the 100-Year Kingdom, sometimes you just need a nice chill game, and Pets at Work is giving off strong chill vibes. Pets at Work bounds onto Steam February 28th.